There's another part of Christianity, or the Christian world, that's like formaldehyde. Anybody know what I mean by that? It's a place where God takes honest, sincere people and helps them to stay safe until He can show them the truth and bring them to where He wants them to be. Now, some of us were part of things where they were dominated by delusions and lies. Others of us kind of grew up wanting to seek God. Some of those that are older than you grew up wanting to seek God, but there was nothing else out there for them. You know, Mom and Dad took them to a Baptist place, and they listened, and they cared, and they really wanted to know what God said, but there really wasn't anybody else around them that could show them much of anything, but they cared. And the other people that were their age, what do you think happened to them? They laughed at them. Usually, if you go to a normal religious place, there might be 50 people in a, quote, youth group, and maybe 3 or 4 of those really do love God. And the rest of them laugh at the 3 or 4 who love God, think, oh, you're just being radical, you're being goody two-shoes, you're being holier than thou. You know, they have names for them and make fun of them and try to make them just like the rest of them. Okay? But meanwhile, these 3 or 4 good-hearted ones, they're listening to a guy give a speech out of the Bible called a sermon. And while a lot of people are sleeping, they're listening. And they really care. And when they're listening to a Bible study in a youth group, these are all wrong ideas. These ideas of youth groups and Bible studies and things like that, that's not in the Bible. But still, God finds a way to get some good out of it because they read the teachings of Paul or John and they talk about it. And while most people are laughing or sleeping or just ignoring it, there's a couple people that are listening real hard and they care. And people make fun of them, but they keep caring anyway. And so it's a place where they can hear things that they wouldn't have heard if they were just, you know, living their lives and never had a chance to be there, and nobody was reading these things to them, nobody was preaching these things to them. You know, they're having a chance to hear some things that are going to help them when the time finally comes that they have a chance to go all the way with God. Some things are almost like a formaldehyde where God can take a lot of waste, a lot of junk, and there'll be some good things right in the middle of that, some good people trying with all their heart, and they really do love God, but they just don't have the opportunity. There's nobody around them really living for Jesus. They don't even have anybody to talk to about it, but it's almost like a formaldehyde because week after week after week they get a chance to hear the Bible, they get a chance to hear people say things, and maybe the people saying them don't really believe them. Maybe the people reading the scriptures don't really believe it or obey it, but the people listening, some of them, really care a lot. And you'll run into some people like that. So God allows a lot of things to go on. He has some formaldehyde for some, where He just gives them enough good things so they can live and they can learn some until God can deliver them to the full thing. And then the third possibility is genuine church, right? So there's been a whole lot more powerful delusion and formaldehyde in human history than there has been legitimate things, but that's why God has allowed these things to go on. Did I answer the question okay?